Hey young planners, how are you all doing? I wish you a very happy new year 2020 and wish you all the best for the rest of the year. With this video, I'm going to try and answer some questions that Dylan from the Young Planners Forum asked me. So hopefully you would find this useful. Let's get down to the questions. So the first question is what my current role and what my professional journey so far is. So to begin with, I wouldn't think I'm any different from most of you. I didn't know anything about town planning before I was actually enrolled into the town planning course at Moratuwa. But fortunately for me, I think I found a lot of interest in town planning, maybe because I had a bit of interest to architecture field. But fairly early in the degree program, I found that I belonged in this field, and it was easy for me to then plan my future and try to understand what I need to do. So at the end of the 4-year degree program, I was lucky enough to get an opportunity to work as an academic staff member at the Department of Town and Country Planning. One of my main goals after the bachelor's degree was to find somewhere to actually get solid town planning experience, practical experience to work in the industry. And I knew that one of the best opportunities to achieve that goals was to go abroad, particularly into a Western country where the contemporary theories and planning techniques are applied in real terms. So that goal of traveling abroad to experience this was always in my mind. So that's where I got the opportunity to win a scholarship in 2013 and tried to travel to Australia to start my master's degree here in Australia. So in Australia, I completed a 2-year master's degree which involved mostly the same theoretical and technical principles of town planning, but with more emphasis on Australian urban issues, urban and rural issues. So in that sense, the master's degree in Australia gave me a lot of background information about the particular issues experienced in urban development in Australia, and the tools and the techniques, for example the legislations in Australia and how the governments work within the town planning system. So after the 2 years master's degree, I managed to find work in the private sector, mainly as a town planning or urban design consultant. So for the last 5 years, I've been working in the private sector. So that's my career so far in the town planning field. The second question is the challenges and opportunities exist in international planning industry, with special focus on my journey so far. So obviously, starting a new life in a different country, most probably all by yourself, is quite challenging. So as you know, working in the town planning industry in a particular country or in a region requires a lot of local knowledge, and this local knowledge can include your knowledge about the geography of the area, about the history of the place, about the people and their culture, and as well as the construction industry in that country, and also the legislation that involves in that particular system. So I would say the number one challenge for someone to travel abroad and to be able to work in the industry is that lack of local knowledge, which plays a big part in working in the industry. Particularly even for applying for jobs, you would need to have some understanding about the local planning system. So for me personally, that 2-year master's degree helped a lot in gaining that local knowledge, but at the same time I had to work extra to be able to capture as much information as possible and to attain that local knowledge before I can actually go in and apply for a position. For opportunities, I wouldn't say that there are specific opportunities available here in Australia or in other countries for Sri Lankan planners or young planners. I would say that once you get into the industry in a foreign country, you'll have a good opportunity of being recognized by any planning system in any part of the world. So it is just a matter of making that transition, which is the more challenging part, and depending on your preference or your area of interest, you can pursue those interests very easily. So that's all I can say about the opportunities available abroad. So the third and final question: what is my key message for young planners? For my first and the most important message, I would like to share a short video clip which I think is highly relevant for any university students, including the planning students.
And one of the things that just blows me away about universities is that no one ever tells students why they should write something. It's like, well, you have to do this assignment. Well, why are you writing? Well, you need the grade. It's like, no, you need to learn to think. Because thinking makes you act effectively in the world. Thinking makes you win the battles you undertake. And those could be battles for good things. If you can think and speak and write, you are absolutely deadly. Nothing can get in your way. So that's why you learn to write. It's like, and I can't believe that people aren't just told that. It's like, it's the most powerful weapon you can possibly provide someone with. And I mean, I know lots of people who've been staggeringly successful and watched them throughout my life. I mean, those people, you don't want to have an argument with them. They'll just slash you into pieces. And not in a malevolent way. It's like, if you're going to make your point and they're going to make their point, you better have your points organized, because otherwise you are going to look like and be an absolute idiot. You are not going to get anywhere. And if you can formulate your arguments coherently and make a presentation, if you can speak to people, if you can lay out a proposal, God, people give you money, they give you opportunities, you have influence. That's what you're at university for. And so that's what you do. Is you're in English, right? And yeah, in languages anyways. It's like, yeah, teach people to be articulate, because that's the most dangerous thing you can possibly be. So, and that's motivating if people know that. It's like, well, why are you learning to write? Because here's your sword, here's your M16, right? Here's your bulletproof vest. Like, you learn how to use them.
You can find the link to the original video below in the description section. So my second message is, try to find what excites you as early as possible. I know that studying town planning and working in the town planning industry is not everyone's cup of tea. But the beauty of learning and working in town planning industry is that there are so many different other specialized areas that you can relate to and easily transfer from. So try to find which area you like most as early as possible. That would enable you to develop your career path and develop your vision for your career as early as possible. So once you find what excites you and what your career pathway should be, the third and final message I wanted to give you is, as much as possible, try to surround yourself with people that share the same interest. These can be mentors, these can be leading industrial experts anywhere in the world. And if you surround yourself with enough people, they would directly or indirectly open up new opportunities for you. They will open up your mind to new opportunities so that you can build up your career and achieve the vision you set aside for yourself. And with that, I would like to thank you for watching this short video. I hope that it was useful for you, at least to a certain degree. And I look forward to catching up with you guys sometime soon. And I'd be still watching over the Young Planners Forum websites and the Facebook page. So keep up all the good work and wish you all the best. Thank you.